Hi, Soul Family. It's Tanisha Hutchins, your local Fort Myers QHHT practitioner. And I help people to heal themselves, mind, body, spirit, and soul, and to become the best version of themselves through a process called QHHT, which stands for Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. You know, I've done a lot of sessions, and in those sessions, the higher self seems to just say the same thing all the time when it comes to people's health. So I know now, usually the root cause of a person's health, it's not always the same, but majority of the time it's the same. And according to the higher self's wisdom, one of the worst things that wreaks havoc in our body, that causes us issues, ailments, and diseases, is stress. And in 2024, with all the research that's out there, it's really not a secret now just how badly stress affects the body. So this is not new information, but it's kind of new in the sense that we still don't believe it, it seems like. So from a medical standpoint, and as patients, we hear it, right? When we're in the doctor's office, our doctor is saying, hey, you need to do less of this, doing that, get your stress down. And we just say, okay, doctor, I'll take more walks, or I'll eat healthier, right? And then we go on with our life. But then next thing you know, we're diagnosed with high blood pressure. And then down the road, we're diagnosed with thyroid disease. We go to the pharmacy, we get our medication, we accept it, and then we go on with our lives, right? So it seemed like you would stop and think, hey, now I've gone years without blood pressure disease. I've gone years without an immune disorder. Why all of a sudden now? Is it genetics? These are the things we tell ourselves. Is it genetics? Is it something in the food? We go get our pills, and then we go on with life, and we don't think any more about it, most of us. But how often just do you stop and think about this? Like, okay, I went 20 years, 25 years of my life without having this. Why now? Well, I'm no doctor, but I am a QHHT practitioner who has spoken to, oh my God, lots and lots, over 50, 60 clients, and their higher self. They all have something in common, and that is this person has too much stress. This person is holding on to stress. This person is doing things that's causing them a stressful life. And they keep saying that, number one, stop worrying about the future. That is not of your concern. The future will be what it's going to be. Let it be. Your job, basically, is to focus on the present. Focus on your life right now, this present time, and even more so this present moment, right? Because stress, it causes our body to malfunction. It causes our body to break down. It stays in the body, and it just manifests into whatever it's going to manifest, maybe to the part that's affected the most by the stress. But you will see a manifestation of that. And that actually happened to me. It actually happened to a client today that I had, which brought me to even doing this video, is that his issue, just like everyone else, was stress. He's worrying about the future. And that's not something that we're supposed to be doing. From a spiritual standpoint, they want us to stop worrying about the future. And it was causing a breakdown in his body. He caused, it manifested into depression and anxiety. And so therefore, like I said, like I was telling him, you have to get this stuff out on a regular basis. It's okay to feel it, to experience it, but you cannot keep it bottled up. You have to let this out, either through talking with people, that your loved ones, that people that they care about you, they're concerned, or you actually go take those walks that you told your doctor you would take. You do meditation. You go out in nature and just sit. You go out on your grass and just put your feet on the grass and just stand there and just soak up the sun. We're supposed to be doing these things and incorporating them into our lives on a daily and weekly basis to funnel out, to let all of that stress go. Not all of it, but little bit by little bit as it's coming in us or on us, we are to let it, release it. Like you turn on your faucet and you let some water come out. That's the same way that we should be operating with our bodies, because stress is poison. It's poison to our bodies, right? Again, it is where illness, ailments, and disease originate from stress. Now, I'm not saying this is for everybody and everyone, but most of the time it originates from stress or anger, some unresolved feeling that we did not let process. So, again, just remember, you need to be focusing not on the future. Do more things that excite you. Do more things that bring you more joy. Do more things that allow you to release that stress out of your body, like a faucet with the water, right? Just know that everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out when it comes to the future and it comes to tomorrow. We don't know what that is. We don't even know what that looks like. So why are we worried about it? It's a human thing. Because just know, every event and occurrence in our life has a lesson. It is a lesson for us, and personally, to get something out of it, to learn it. And it's not random. It's not an accident. It is something we are supposed to get from whatever that is that has happened or is happening. Just like I love the scripture, all things work together for the good of those, because that's saying what I'm saying, which is what higher selves are saying. All things work together for your good. It may not seem like it or feel like it, but it is working for your good. You are supposed to get something out of it. A perception is supposed to be changed. An ideology is supposed to be changed. Something, right? So just be careful of how you perceive the things that do happen in your life, because that is important. Now, the higher selves, they say that we just need to do more activities to filter out that stress as we continue on our lives. Don't just let it just keep building up week after week, month after month. So I would say, as like a hypothetical, out of 50 clients that come into my office, at least 38 of those clients, give or take, have health issues that originate from stress. What do you know? While that other 13, give or take, their issues come from past life trauma, right? But out of those 38 people, give or take, all of them are on medication for something, suffering from an illness, depression, or anxiety. And it is usually not for reasons that they think it is. It's usually from stress, a buildup of stress that has mutated and manifested in the body into something else. Thankfully, physical pains and ailments are some of the issues that we actually can work on during those sessions. So that gets taken care of. So now, I would say maybe about, now, after they have their session, I would say about 25 of those 30-something people no longer need to continue taking the medication, because we work with the higher self and they get healed on their own. They're healing their own body, put it like that. And then I would say that maybe 13 of those people slowly start to wean themselves off of their medications, because it's something that they need to do. The higher self says it's something they need to do. And it could be because it's not genetic. It's not something they ate. It's just something that they are allowing. So the higher self say, hey, you can get off these medications if you do simple things like this. meditation, taking more walks in nature, simple things like that that we are not doing, okay? And what else? So with that being said, just know that the answers are within us. Not all the time the professionals. Our answers are within us. The healing is from us. We are more than capable of healing our own body. And I know you've probably heard, if you're on this recording, you've heard it before then. That means you're part of that culture that really understands and knows that our doctors do not know everything, right? As educated as they are, they do not know everything, which is, believe it or not, which is why now a lot of doctors are trying to learn more about the energy side of our body, the spiritual side of our body too, because they're starting to see a connection with those components. They're starting to see that, if I can do something, if I can change the mind, then I might can change the disease. If I can do something about the belief, then I might actually can affect the ailment or the illness. So they're starting to see a connection, and believe it or not, a lot of doctors are now starting to learn modalities like Reiki, like QHHT, like just things you wouldn't even think that they would consider, but they now are, because they're starting to see a connection, and it's about time. We are in that age of new understanding and new technology. So I just want you to know that, and I've learned this through QHHT, there is more to ourselves than we can ever imagine, right? I'm not saying do not go to the doctors, right? I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying don't go get professional help. What I am saying is that everything does not always need a pill. And if you consult your higher self first, learn how to do that, you will find out that same information. You will find that out. And you will find solutions to your issues within yourself, because that's how our bodies were equipped to heal itself. Like I said, there is more to us than you can ever imagine. Our original blueprint is perfect. This body is perfect. It is a machine. It is already pre-programmed, okay? And it can do miraculous things if you let it. So I hope that this video has been helpful. It's a little longer than I intended, but I just felt really compelled to really say this about stress, because it's the number one thing that's really hurting people body-wise and mentally these days. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please share it, and subscribe. And I will keep the education coming as I continue to have sessions that allow me to grow and have more understanding as well. If you have more questions that you'd like for me to answer, feel free to post it in the comments or go on my Facebook, or even give the office a call. Again, this is Tanisha Hutchins, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.